What's up, everybody? It is Matt from Electric All Wheel, and today we have the Pedego Element 500 watt rear hub electric bike on 20 by 4 fat tires with a 10.4 amp hour 48 volt battery, integrated battery within the frame. And we've been waiting a long time to get a hold of this. This bike is going to utilize the wireless cables, which is also utilized by the Electric Expedition. So if you're a subscriber and you've been waiting on that, this is the first rendition of the use of the wireless cables, and we are going to get after it. We will be adding a second 48 volt, 15 amp hour down tube battery. We're going to add this high-long battery right here, and we are going to use the bottle cage adapter for down tube mounts. Is this aluminum bracket, and it will fit right here and fit and allow us to add the down tube battery where these bottle cage screw holes are is more central to the frame, and we want to shift that up so that we can add a secured down tube battery. So we're pretty excited about that. We are excited for the use of the wireless cables. You will need at minimum the 20 amp kit, and then you will have to get the wireless cables because they are of a specialty variety that need a little more attention. So get those with the kit. That'll give you an extra set of cables plus all the adapters if you want to switch your balancer kit over. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It is our primary, and if you're in the area, check out e-bikes of Tampa Bay, Florida. Get in that Facebook group, make an event, and go for a ride with your friends. Here we go. All right, first move, take out this battery. Next move will be to remove these 3 screws. And there we are. Now this compartment is a bit compact, so we're going to need to be conscious of that. So the packing for the controller will line up our cables on this side. All that being said, let's go ahead and work this out. 48 volt, 18 amp. This is going to be a 20 amp balancer kit. But we're going to take our 20 amp kit, go ahead and extract your 20 amp balancer. And then we are going to get our wireless cable set. Now this cable set does come with some male-male, female-female adapters because it will be used across a variety of bikes. But the thing that makes them unique is these 2-pin live wire. I do not know why they made these exposed the way they did, but it is what it is. A lot of companies have used them. Rad's used them. Electric has used them. GoTrax, I think, uses them. So they're all over the place. So right now, we are going to find our wireless cable set. And there we go. What we'll do is take our 2 ends, and there is an opening at the bottom here, right at the bottom of the battery. And it looks a little offset, but there's enough room to get it. And I've gone ahead and gotten myself a piece of wire so I can get my hands on it, and I put a hook on the end so that I can get it around the wire and then just pull it out of this opening. I need my XT60s on the outside, so these will go in first through the controller housing, and then I can see it right there. There we go. That's one. And then I'm going to try and, slide it over in this little slot so it's on the other side, so I have all the room here for the next one. And there we go. That's my second wire. I've got these two. I'm going to plug them in so I don't lose them down, but I'm just going to go ahead and plug in all of my stuff as well. So these are my 2 Edition wireless. So I'm going to match up the factory stuff with what I just put in there. There we go. Now I'm going to flip this bike back over. All right, we showed you that we plugged in the ends for the new cabling. So now I'm just going to slip this controller back in. And like I said, you just got to, takes a little finessing because it's in there. They packed it tight. I'm making sure to take out the slack of my newly added cables. I'm just kind of flattening everything down so it all fits inside. Perfect. Now that I'm in here, I'm going to leave that open for just a second. Okay, so I'm going to take my cables that I've actually run out of the bottom and I'm going to plug them in to this high-long battery real quick and then just see if I can get power. And we've got it. Perfect. So now we know we're live with power and that the cables are set up to work. We're going to go ahead and close this compartment. Now I'm going to take my extension cables from the kit, the 20 amp kit, and I'm going to plug the ends into the ones that I ran out of the controller box. There we go. From there, I'm going to take those and then run them up right behind the bottom bracket inside the frame. I'm just going to hang them over. We are big fans of this bike case Beetle bag. This is a cell phone bag which has now been repurposed for us to go ahead and capture and hold our balancer. And I think we're going to try this setup and let it be in there. This does mean that if you don't have fenders, this thing will get pretty dirty. So again, not meant to be ridden in the rain anyway. And now I'm going to take my 2 cables and go ahead and plug in my balancer. Can't really mess this up, so just plug in what works. The factory battery isn't in the bike, so I'm just going to go ahead and also take this and plug it into this high-long battery and then test it one more time to make sure everything's working. There we have movement on the tire or the wheel, so that's good. That means the battery is flowing through the balancer. So now I'm going to get all of my excess cable. And I think what I'm going to do is just wrap this with the strap from the bag. like so. And then here's my balancer. I'm just going to tuck that inside for now. And we have our bottle cage adapter. This does come with screws, but you need to make sure you have screws that will work. They cannot be big, thick screw heads, because you'll need the battery to slip over. You may get some semi-permanent thread sealant. That's that blue liquid to keep these screws so they stay in place. I'm going to take my battery, go ahead and remove my plate. And then I am just kind of looking right here at the bottom of this, just making sure to see where it will fit well, and then inserting my screws. And then my functional test for this is to make sure that I can get it on and off the bike. And I can. That way it sits right there. That's perfect. Go ahead and lock that in. Now that I've got it done, I'm going to take my balancer and then just plug the battery into the last one. Go ahead and tuck all this excess up into the bag. And then get that closed up. All right, that's aftermarket battery. It's working. Let's go ahead and take that off. Factory battery is working. I'll go ahead and plug this in. So you may ask, why would I need a DX2 if the 20 amp works? It's dual input, dual output. There's no dual motor on here, so no need for dual output unless you want a USB accessory. This is a 2-plug USB that will allow you to plug into the Datex DX2, which will replace the balancer inside the bag here. And then you just plug in on an output port of the DX2, and then you have 2 USB powered plugs for all of your accessories. Yes, it does come with one on the battery, but this helps have it for multiple aspects, especially lighting, etc. Well, there you have it. We have successfully installed a second 48-volt, 15 amp hour battery on the crossbar of this step-through Pedego Element 48-volt, 500-watt rear hub, 10.4 amp hour factory battery for this bike. And we have added another 15 amp hours with the electric all-wheel dual battery discharge balance kit. We use the 20 amp kit and the bike case beetle bag cell phone bag to make this addition, and it's looking pretty good. I know a lot of you stuck around for the range calculations on this bike, so let's get to it. So the original battery is 10.4 amp hours. Plus 15 is 25.4. We'll multiply that by 48 and you get 1,219.2 watt hours. We're going to divide that by 25, and 25 is the Mica toll constant, which says it's 25 watt hours per mile ridden at 20 miles an hour, throttle only. And you get 48.768 miles at 20 miles an hour, throttle only. That is a nice extended run for this bike. We do suggest, if you're going to do this, definitely have a suspension seat post. Fortunately, this bike does come with a suspension seat post, but if you don't have one and you want one, we'll go ahead and leave a link for that below. It is crucial when you're out there on these long extended rides, especially with hardtail bikes like the Pedego Element. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It is our primary, and if you're in the area, check out E-Bikes of Tampa Bay, Florida. Get in that Facebook group, make an event, and go for a ride with your e-bike friends. We'll talk to you next time.